the audience, just to let you know, this is all about the development of Flash Pond. That rings a bell with everybody. So, okay. Any questions or comments from council members? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Sabo?
Yes.
Councilman Woodford?
Yes.
Councilman Ryan?
Yes.
Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilman Williamson?
Yes.
Councilman Lilly?
Yes.
Councilman Reimer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker?
Yes.
And Mayor Mullins?
Yes.
It is unanimous vote.
Okay, item C on the, is that it? We good? Okay. Item C on the agenda is to appoint Jay Seibold to the Municipal Planning Commission. I have two openings on the Municipal Planning Commission, and Jay had some interest in putting it on there. I applaud the young folks for getting involved. We need to get more young folks involved. So I'm going to recommend Jay Seibold to be put on the Planning Commission. Is there a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second by Councilman Reimer. Any discussion?
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I was looking at you. Sorry. I just ended up.
What I didn't make you mad.
I was looking the right way, Don.
I got hair.
Notice how quick you caught that?
Yeah.
That was quick.
I got hair.
Anyway, okay, we have a motion and a second to approve for Jay to be on the Municipal Planning Commission. Any more discussion?
On that, Mayor, how many on there are Democrats and how many Republicans?
I have no idea. Absolutely none. Have no idea.
4502, the city code says that no more than 2/3 of the total number of commissioners shall be of the same political party.
Do you know who's on, how many of them are what?
I don't even know who's on there.
Oh, okay.
I was just reading the city code and I was
Okay.
asking about
Well, I recommend we approve these tonight. We'll take a look at it. If there's adjustments need to be made, I'll bring it back to you. But I don't know the answer to that question. It's hard to get volunteers to do that. The salary's not a whole lot, so people come to volunteer. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Opposed.
The motion passes. Okay, item D is the same thing. We've got the approval of David. I hope I don't mess this up, Dave. I'll try my best. D. Filippo, right? Close enough.
Close enough.
I got you. Dave's here too, and we were actually in a meeting talking about something else. When I met Dave for the first time, he showed some interest, and I said, well, I got an opening on Planning Commission and EDA. Which one do you want to do? He said, I like to do both. So I'm recommending his name to do that. So same thing. If you have the same question, I'll address that tomorrow. But I'm recommending him. We have slots to fill. As you all know, they're hard to fill. So I'm recommending Dave to be put on the Planning Commission and the Economic Development Authority. And Dave's a business owner in South Charleston too.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by everybody. Councilman Seibold, give it to you. Okay. Is there any questions or comments on this one? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Opposed.
Motion passes. Okay. Item E. Making a recommendation to close 2nd Avenue to 3rd Avenue for the Heart and Hand Hike for Hunger on Sunday, October the 14th from 1:30 to 4:30. Is there a motion to approve that? Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Reimer. Any discussion on that one? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item F, similar issue, approved closing of D Street from 6th to 7th Avenue and 7th Avenue to Oaks Avenue to Ashby Street on Saturday the 8th from 6 to 5 for the Mountains Arts and Crafts Festival. Is there a motion to do that?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item G, I'd like to recognize Kyle Warmack. Kyle is with our interpretive center, and he's doing something pretty neat that over at F Street and to recognize our history of the Ordnance Center. And I just asked Kyle to come and kind of tell you all a little bit about what he's doing and invite you folks to come over and look at the display. I was over there Saturday for their grand opening. Kyle has done a wonderful job. He's did a lot of research from here to DC and back. And so Kyle, I'd like for you to come to the microphone, please, and tell the council a little bit about what you're doing over there.
Thank you for having me. Dr. Turner's on?
I think it's on. Just yeah.
Yeah, we've been working on this project at the South Charleston Interpretive Center for about a year now. Anybody who knew Joe Mays and who knows Corey Sherby know that they've also been very passionate about the ordinance plan for a very long time. And I think this year we had everything, all the pieces come together in the right way. And we did a lot of original research, took a trip to the National Archives, got hundreds of new photographs out that had never been published here in South Charleston before, and have been very, very excited to get these out there where people can see them. I think we've had, thanks to Mayor Mullins and the support of some amazing city officials here, we've gotten a chance to have this place to exhibit this temporarily over on F Street at 6th Avenue until October 27th. We've been running from Labor Day to Navy Day, which has significance in the plant on both of those days. We're open Thursdays through Sundays, and we'd love to invite any of you who have any interest in it to come out and see it. I will be there most days that it is open. Be happy to walk everybody through that whole process, and it's been a blast. I think we've brought some very, very important things out that haven't been seen in South Charleston in a long time.
They have a lot of great pictures and displays and good explanation of everything over there. He's really, again, I want to say Kyle has really done a good job. I'm very impressed with what he's done. So thank you for that, Kyle. Thank you very much. Anybody else have any questions or comments? I know Bob was there Saturday. So if you haven't been there, go take a look. Okay, thank you, Kyle. Okay, item H, Margie.
A resolution to waive the open container law, endorse the application for a Class S WVABCC beer license for YWCA Guys Night Out.
That's at Oaks Field, our second year hosting it. It was a big success last year. So is there a motion to waive, to pass that resolution? I'm sorry.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Ryan. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item I. If you read the title, please, Margie.
An ordinance to enact section 1713.09 of Article 1713 of the City Code of the City of South Charleston.
Is there a motion to pass the second reading?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wolford. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item J, if you read the resolution, please, Margie.
A resolution supporting home rule as a permanent program.
This is something the municipal league's working on. I assume you all read the resolution, but we actually sent back some information that they requested about the successes of home rule brought to South Charleston, which have been many. It's a good program. They're trying to get it not only permanent, but I think they're also trying to get it to where all cities can apply. Right now, there's a limitation on that, if I'm not mistaken, like class 3 and 4 cities cannot apply, I think is what it is. But anyway, this is just our support of the municipal league to try to make home rule a permanent, permanent thing. So, is there a motion to pass this resolution? Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Lilly. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. I'm in uncharted territory here, Marge. Going to J?
K.
Or K? I'm sorry. Stay on uncharted territory. Item K, if you read the title, please, Marge.
An ordinance to amend section 105.06 of Article 105 of the City Code of the City of South Charleston concerning ward boundaries.
Is there a motion to pass the second reading?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Williamson. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item L.
An ordinance to accept the dedication of Split Rail Drive and adjoining alley to the City of South Charleston.
This is at the Ridges, right, Gerald?
Yes, right across the bridge.
Okay.
Below, across the street.
Okay. Is there a motion to send to the second reading?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by, who was that, Jeff? Councilman Williamson. Any discussion on that? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Consideration of any bids, Councilman Sabo.
Yes, sir, we have two this evening. The first one is the repairs to be made at the South Charleston Memorial Ice Arena. This was all put out as a bid, and after consideration and following all the proper procedures, I'd like to make a motion to accept the proposal amount for $67,785.05.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wolford. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Sabo.
Yes.
Councilman Wolford.
Yes.
Councilman Ryan.
Yes.
Councilman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilman Williamson.
Yes.
Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
Mayor Mullins.
Yes.
It's a unanimous vote.
Councilman, anything else?
Yes, one more this evening. This is for the trade purchase on a groundskeeping implement for the Low Creek Golf Course, to Reynolds Golf Turf. This will be like, again, a trade purchase through the previous bid. The amount for the new piece of equipment we're looking for is $12,505 and no cents. I can make a motion to accept that.
Is there a second? Second by Councilman Wolford. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please, Marge.
Councilman Sabol?
Yes.
Councilman Wolford?
Yes.
Councilman Ryan? Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilman Williamson?
Yes.
Councilman Lilly?
Yes.
Councilman Reimer?
Yes.
Councilman Walker?
Yes.
Mayor Moss?
Yes.
As unanimous vote.
Is it, Councilman?
That is it for this evening.
Okay, thank you, sir. On to department heads. Chief, I know you have a couple things you need to deal with. Let's see if anybody else has got any questions. Anybody?
I think Councilman Brooks has a question.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
800 block of F Street, being inundated with rental cars and cars from the car lot there,
Enterprise.
Enterprise and the other car lot. And they're not being able to park there at night. So I was wondering if we could get resident parking.
Yeah, well, I was gonna bring it up in the Rick's report, but that's, we wanna try to get that to the floor if we could, please. They're having a big problem over there. I've taken several calls, particularly for Forest Mallory. I've talked to a couple
They're on
times.
there tonight too.
And Chief has made numerous attempts to go over and talk to the dealerships about their cars parking in front of residents when they come home and don't have a place to park, and they just, they'll be good for a little while, and they go right back doing the same old habits again. This seems to be the only solution that we can think of, is just make it residential parking only, Chief. I know it's tough for you sometimes, but I don't see any other choice. The guys don't wanna help out. They gotta be a good neighbor. They're not being good neighbors. It's the only way we have to deal with it. So I agree with that. I think we should get this passed tonight so we can get this moving forward. So, Ed, you like to make a motion to do that?
Yeah.
Is there a second to that? Second by Councilman Sabol. Any further discussion on that? All in favor, signify, I'm sorry, yeah, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion passes. There you go.
Good job.
Huh? No, that was not on there. We were gonna bring it up under the report, because we were having that problem down there, but, okay, that's been passed. Gerald, you'll take care of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
800 block of F.
800,
F.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
and then you'll get the permits, Chief? Okay, thank you. All right, any other department heads?
I just have one report. Monday at 1:30, we'll probably have 7 deeds of dedication executed on Ridges and Rabel Meadows. It's been a long, arduous process. Amazing events that have occurred over the past few months, which I don't need to go into detail over, but we should have those executed and filed, at least executed on Monday, filed probably later that day. So
Any
that
questions?
should bring an end to that long battle, if you will.
Any questions about that? Okay, thank you, Michael. Any other department heads? Questions or comments, council members? Yes, sir.
I've already spoken to you about it, spoken to finance, but I just want to bring this out, put it on the floor. This afternoon, I met a lady from Indianapolis, Indiana. She was in front of the library. She was plugged into our charging station. And for people that don't understand how that brings business to it, there's an app, the mayor's familiar with it, there's an app. She's plotted her trip from Indianapolis all the way to Lynchburg, Virginia, bouncing from charging station to charging station. She's got 1,000 miles on her car. She hasn't used any gas because she's charging all these stops. But her app showed her several places that she could have stopped in Charleston, whatever. But she chose the library and their Olive Tree. She parked, library, read for a little bit, went over to Olive Tree, and then the car was charged. She's ready to move on to Blacksburg for the evening. So adding these things, and the mayor talked about technology in the city and coming up and growing and everything, it does help, whether it's one person or whether it's one a day or whatever. We are seeing that it did draw at least one person to our city, and they spent money in it. So, you know, I applaud everybody involved with making these stations work, and hope it continues on.
Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate that.
Mayor, also,
Yes, sir.
on Saturday, they're having an electric car,
That's right.
Right,
Over
the
the
library.
library.
Yeah, that's right. Electric car show, right?
Yeah.
It's only,
They give away, give away.
it's only 25 cents.
Only 25 cents.
I refuse to drop it. We need the money.
You beat me to the punch, yeah. You beat me to the punch, Mark. Okay, anybody else? Chief, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
You
everybody hadn't known, my sidekick retired. Joe retired last month. He was my deputy chief. Before that, he was the chief of detectives when I realigned the detective bureau. If you see one, you see the other probably for the last 8 or 10 years pretty much. And he's done a bang-up job for us, and a lot of dedication to the city, and handled a lot of things for me. It's always been there to help me out. And he's moved on. He's moved to the federal building. He got a pretty good job offer up there. We want to give him this plaque, congratulate him on 22 years of service, good service, and naturally when you retire as officer, we give them their gun as well. We've already gave him his gun. And he was our range officer for years. He's was a detective, chief of detectives, then my deputy chief, and he did grants and different things for us, and we're gonna miss him, but we're happy for him. And he's, like I say, started at the federal building, and I can't thank him enough for all he's done for me.
Speech.
You got it.
You sure? Well, I'll just say, you know, I'm not from this city originally, but I feel like I'm leaving family. So I don't know what else you can say. Besides that, thank you, Joe. Appreciate your
When he retired, naturally we get to promote a couple people, and so we're gonna do that tonight. Sergeant, come on up.
Takes 2 to cover for him?
Yeah.
Four to cover, there you go.
Tonight, we've already officially done it payroll-wise and everything, but we're promoting Aaron Cook to sergeant. Aaron probably has been here just almost as long as I had. But we came in July '07, and we hired him in December. I like to clone him, man. He was on the road for a good while. Then he was in the detective bureau, and he's like a bulldog. He really is. Joe can tell you that. If you want something solved, you give it to him, and it's like a personal challenge. And Rick can attest to that. He put in the sires on the golf course. We didn't really have a single lead when that came out, other than a burnt building and everything. And he spins endless hours. I'm confident in anything I can give him, it's going to get done, and I'm happy for him. He's a true asset to the city. I can't say enough about him. And you just tell him to do something, and he takes off on it, and is reporting back within minutes on what he's doing and everything. And we need more like him, and I'm happy for him, and he's going to be a great sergeant.
They don't want to talk.
John, come on up. John's been with us a long time, John Keeney. John was the third group we hired, but we hired him in, I think, March of, right after our first year, '08, right around in there, right? December? Okay, so he's been here a while. A lot of the guys you see on the road nowadays, they're there for a reason. They've learned their job probably from John. He's like your go-to guy. You try to give people a break from training people, but when you got somebody that does it as good as he does, and is patient, and does the job well, you keep giving him over and over. I always say, John, I'm gonna give you a break, and then we hire some more people, and I'm like, John, you got to realize that's a tough job. And not only are you out there doing a regular job, but you're responsible for somebody new, and you're grading them, and you're trying to get them, teaching them to learn the job. And some people learn well, some people it takes a while longer. He's got the patience to juggle both jobs, and he's the shift's go-to guy. If they need something, a big report done, even though it's not the area he's working in, usually his sergeant or lieutenant says, hey, John, I hate to do this to you. Prime example, we had the fatality on the Dunbar Toll Bridge the other night. John gets stuck with that. He does a lot of our big cases because we rely on him. He's dependable, and like I say, like Sergeant Cook, but we need more guys like John. He does a bang-up job, and he's getting promoted to corporal. It's long overdue, and I'm happy for you. Congratulations. Well, I'm up here real quick, but we're giving a hiring exam Saturday. We're down a few with Joel leaving, and we're a little short in terms of the military people too. We have 3 on active duty, so we have 85 applications turned in. So I'm hoping they'll show up. The last test was in March. We usually don't get them that fast because the weather was terrible that day. It was about 26 degrees and raining, and we had to move it inside, but hopefully Saturday's going to be prettier, and so we'll be getting some more people hired, trying to get us back up to where we want to be. And the Freedom Award we got, it's over there. I went to DC 2 weeks ago. I think the award beat me back. They shipped it back. It's real nice. It's a big eagle. I showed Gerald and the mayor and some of them, so if you want to stop and look at it anytime, it's over there in the police station. That's pretty much all I got, man.
Okay. All right, man, I appreciate it. Thanks, Chief.
All right.
Anybody have any questions for Brad or anybody in department heads? Margie, you got a little announcement you want to make real quick? You want to invite everybody in?
Your car show.
Your car show.
The Mound Arts and Crafts Festival is Saturday, 9 to 5. At 11 o'clock that morning, our Visual Arts Commission is having a dedication to the new fountain. Beautiful. I'd like to invite everybody to come out. The mayor will be there to accept that dedication. And so, if you pray at all, pray we don't have rain. And I'm not bringing an umbrella, but if it does rain, I hope somebody does.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
What time's yours? What's from 9 to what?
The festival is from 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Okay.
And the dedication
Dedication's at
again
11.
as of 11 o'clock, right at the fountain.
Great.
Yeah.
Come down, show up if you want. Yes, Bob. Yes, something.
Hey, that's really a great honor that
Yeah.
the chief got.
It
If
is.
he could just tell us about what he
Sure.
did in DC.
You got an hour? he gave.
I mean, we only gonna give 2 minutes.
Hey,
I'll give it to
he
you real
gave
quick.
Gerald now the 2 minute, the 2 minute discussion. It was what, there about 20 minutes?
20 to 30.
No, just teasing.
Maybe an
Go
hour.
ahead, Chief. Tell us interesting. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's fast paced, you know. I dealt with the military before I went, and we got there. I took my fiance. We got there. We stayed in the Pentagon Hotel. It was real nice, and we had to get in, check in the lobby, and they took us to an Army-Navy club. All the 15 recipients of the award: Amazon, like Duke Energy out of North Carolina, Slippery Rock University. There was a real small police department, Dunlap Police Department, Tennessee, and a sheriff's department up in Ocean City, Maryland, and some other businesses. And we went to this big Army-Navy club. It was amazing. It was one of the biggest buildings I've ever been in for a club like that. It's had a lot of history. I wandered around, but the big thing there was, I can usually speak in front of anybody. There was 300 people there. There were 4 star generals, the Secretary of Veteran Affairs, some old cabinet members, some senators and stuff from up there. And South Charleston's, you know, down the alphabet a little bit, so I had to hear all these other people speak. And she kept saying, "That's a really good speech. What are you going to say?" That's really
that
good
to you.
And then she asked me if my blood pressure was up, because I was really getting nervous. I usually don't. I got nervous, bad nervous. But I got up there and just told them, you know, West Virginia's a proud state in terms of the military. Per capita, we have as many people in the military as anybody, and I'm accepting this on behalf of the city, the police department, and the state, because the governor tweeted us. I told him I wasn't good at that, but Rick and the mayor shared it with me. I didn't know how that works. And the senators, and that was Friday night or Thursday night. Then we toured the Pentagon Memorial, which was real interesting. It's prettier at night because they got water displays under each bench for each person that was killed in that, and they explained that. That was neat. Friday, bright and early, 7 a.m. in the lobby. We ran through the metal detectors, and they took us over, and they had all the recipients, and Patrolman Ellis was there. He just made sergeant first class in the military. He came in from Fort Bragg, or Corporal Ellis, and we get our picture taken with the trophy, and then the next group comes in, and then there was a ceremony. It was about an hour long. I'm trying, I'm talking. It was about an hour long, and the Secretary of Veterans Affairs spoke, and they had an ex-cabinet member there. It was really neat, and then we toured the Pentagon for about 3 hours. And it was huge. We probably didn't touch a third of it, if that. And then we stayed extra night and toured DC on one of those buses and stuff. That was probably the most relaxing part, because those military people kept you moving and stuff. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was. It was pretty big.
Yeah, thank you.
It was nice. It was real nice.
Right on.
Yeah. And so the state of West Virginia hadn't got a Freedom Award since '03.
Oh,
So, and
wow.
I think Martinsburg Police Department got one back then, so it was,
Yeah, that's good.
it's pretty neat. It was action packed, but, it was fun. I had a good
Do you
time.
think your speech was good?
She said it was good. She probably just because I was so nervous. But once I got up there and started talking, it was all right. I struggled at first, but it was good. But it was good. And they have a whole section in there, one whole wall about that employee support for Army Guard and Reserve, and our patch is up there, and the group photo and everything, and they change it each year. So we'll be in there on the wall for a year.
That's
So
awesome.
It is good.
it was
Very
pretty neat.
impressive.
It was a good time.
Thank you, Chief. Anybody else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Take care.